So here I'm just starting to heat up that glass. The gold's being a little bouncy in there, but it will stick to the glass once it gets a little hotter. And now it's hot. I'm gonna just start working it in while keeping the handle up, and it starts sinking the gold inside the glass. So the gold's really dense and the glass is a liquid when it's that hot, right? We turn up the heat and we really get that glass flowing around it, because we don't want the gold to migrate out of the glass. We got a little star glowing in the heat. Now I'm just gonna attach a handle to this backside, and we grab it just like that. It welds together, and I can start pulling out what's called a shoulder. And the shoulder is that tapered section you see there. And I'm gonna keep that a little colder because it's gonna act as my control point. And I'm gonna start working to take this hollow handle off because we no longer need it. And so I just grab that gooey elastic glass and I just pull it away like that. You get a big old glob of it. Dump that in the water. And so now gold does something really cool called recolescence. Now, if you watch long enough, as this gold cools down, as soon as it gets to its point where it goes from liquid to solid, it'll brightly flash. And it's a photon release. But yeah, there we go. We have a gold encasement. So that's a 0.15 gram of gold inside that glass. Then I take some black glass. Now I can turn this piece into like anything. It could be, from this point, it could be a marble, it can be a pendant, it can be a detailing on something. You know, like really the sky's the limit. It's just a component at this point. And because the black glass is a lot more dense than the clear glass, it's gonna push the clear glass out a lot and it's gonna disc out that gold. So the gold bead was a sphere. Now it's turning into more of a pancake in there. And it's gonna give kind of like a larger star look. The tool that I'm using is a graphite marver. It's basically just, it's made out of graphite carbon, and it allows me to tool the glass without taking too much heat out of the glass and without stressing the glass. And we just let heat and gravity do its job now. It's gonna kind of work all the glass and pull the glass down into a nice even form. Glass does, it likes to have the smallest surface area possible, just like a water droplet. So when you heat it up like this and you get it liquid, it'll pull back and bead up and droplet out the way fluids like to. Once that cools down, it'll be a very black, sparkly background around that gold bead. Right here, I'm just pulling off the excess of the colored glass, and then I'm gonna flatten it up with this graphite tool here. All glass blowing tools have to be made by a glass blower who knows what's going on. All our tools are custom. Now I take a tungsten pick. This is just a sharp tungsten rod. And what I'm gonna do with my pendant style, some guys put like a glass loop on it and they call that done, but me, I poke a little hole in the top, and then I'm actually going to use a specialized bonding agent, and I'm gonna put a sterling silver bail in the top of this pendant, and that'll be what you hang it from the chain. So we just soak some heat there. And because I'm shaky, I'm gonna use my marver to help me. And we just poke our little indent like that. And you see we got that bent there. That's gonna provide the void for the pin. There's a sterling silver pin that'll go down into the glass, and the epoxy will hold it there. So now, I just do that. I take my other torch, and I heat out that punty scar. It's a scar that's left from the handle that I just broke off. We'll melt that in, and we'll have our finished pendant. It has to go in the kiln for the night. It'll cool down and it'll anneal, and that strengthens the glass. It makes the glass all get unstressed. It relaxes it. And then tomorrow it'll be stronger, and that's when I can do the bail epoxy. There we go. So we let that cool down because the glass is still kind of in an elastic fluid state at the moment. Once that's kind of solidified up, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it in the kiln, and then we're good.